As we can stare, 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5. And Prime Motorsport go racing in Brazil. And it's a good start from 4G. And No seems to have dropped a place from Marinpol there. And Marinpol has gone around the outside of turn 1. And he's got the position as they head down the centre S. And it's a very bad start from No. Sneaks also heads through. The Haas driver clinching 3rd place off of No, who struggled at the start and found himself on the back foot through turn 1, 2 and 3. And it's the captain 4G who's had a good start and opened up the gap to 0.4 of a second through the opening sector of this lap.
And climb the leaderboard. No is getting close to Sneaks as well. They're actually side by side, both drivers on the hard compound tyre. And No is just trying to get round the outside of the Haas here. He goes slightly deep off the track. He almost loses it again. And No has dropped down to P8 from that.
Now he's behind first place in the championship.
Oh, a big collision.
Huge moment through the second sector there. It's hard to know what's quite happened, but there's certainly an Alfa Romeo and Haas all over the place on the track, and No gets 4 positions back. And crucially, it's DRS Martin who's come out badly through that.
Sneaks and Trainmaker.
Down 4 positions. So there is a slight chance of rain about halfway through the race, a 74% chance of precipitation as Marinpol goes up alongside the leader of the race, Captain 4G, and he gets up the inside of Desida Largo and gets the move done.
And Hugh is still battling here with the Red Bull. Oh, and he might have just spun the Red Bull around, and there's a massive crash at the back there. Shui involved in that, and so is Chapez. And it looked like the Red Bull stopped ghosting. And he's trying to get the line off of Vandenberg here. He does successfully, and it is starting to rain now, so just a matter of time before we see people making mistakes.
So Rui on those grippier medium tyres, able to capitalise on these slippy conditions, and Marns tries to go up the inside of Desida Largo and does manage to stick his car in there, but now they're going to go too wide through Ferradura, and it takes absolute skill to be able to do that, and Marns, I think, thinks better of it, but that allows No, his championship rival, to sneak through, and Marns suddenly needs to fight desperately to maintain that position. Both drivers on the hard tyre. No has opportunistically took that position, has he? No, Marns is still up the inside, so they head to Pico de Pato, and now they head downhill. This will be the outside, and I think No will take this because he'll have the inside, but there's contact between the two, bumping and touching, and as they come through Junsao, they're still too wide for half the circuit here, and now Marns will get DRS from No, and No won't get DRS here because he's too far behind Rui, and Greven, the McLaren teammate, sneaks through. A little bit of contact between those two drivers, and Marns desperately needs his McLaren teammate to get out of the way.
Yep. Oh, and there's contact between Chappers and Sneaks. That looked like a big collision there. Maybe Sneaks getting pinned by Chappers, but the Red Bull reserves, the Red Bulls in qualifying and the race have already caused carnage.
Through there, and
and
very
Captain 4G's had a moment. He's almost slid into the wall, getting on the brakes nice and quickly there. But he has now lost the position to Ergodog and could lose another to Rui here. And even No.
As he closes down, goes to the outside of this first corner, and he has the job done by the braking point, to be honest. He has to leave space there, the Alpine, and he just tries to keep a wheel in there, but doesn't get it slowed down and has a bit of a moment too. And now No is fishing about up to the run into Ferradura, and No will have the inside for this corner. And the two drivers leave each other space, but the Mercedes driver sitting on the podium just moments ago was falling down into 5th position there, but they're still too wide as they come down into Pinarino. This will be difficult for No to keep around the outside, but if he can, it'll be the inside of Pico de Pato, and I think he's got that move done. Opportunistic, but they're still too wide. And I think No has opportunistically took that there, and he's recovering nicely here after a few mistakes in the opening laps. Well, No.
No gets really shaky there. He almost lost the car in turn 1 and 2, and that's allowed Rui to be able to gain on the AlphaTauri. They're side by side now on the second straight.
So Shui has actually picked for intermediates further down here, but No is under pressure, is he? No, it's Marns is actually under a lot of pressure from his teammates.
Rui got the move done.
It seemed like I wondered why so many people were on the hards, and we do see DRS disabled, so that usually is a sign to quite a few drivers that it is time to pick box for inters. Let's see if anyone goes into the pits. No does go into the pits. So Sneaks retiring from the session there. That looks like it could be on the track. Is there any safety car? I don't think there is, but it does look like he's on the track there. Of course, a safety car now would be really unfortunate for No, because he is pitted under racing conditions, and a safety car now would allow other cars to get a free pit stop on him.
But yes, Captain 4G is going into the pit lane. Captain 4G is going to the pit lane, and we've got a yellow flag too.
There's a yellow flag on the Curva del Sol, so Captain 4G's decided it's time to pit.
What will he box for?
Behind no here. He's going for a pair of hard tyres, is that?
It is.
So he's going on the one stop. He's hoping that the dry conditions remain, and that would of course be disastrous for No, who would have to pit again surely onto a pair of dry condition tyres. I think they're about the same. I feel like the conditions of the Inters and the Slicks are probably similar pace, but No is returning to pits. So No has decided that gamble was not worth it, and is probably hoping to clear this 5-second penalty and head forward here, because he will, of course, presumably not going for another pair of wet tyres and will be going for a set of medium tyres here. So serves this 5-second penalty and will box the medium tyres onto it, and there's a retirement from Lucas Hole. That is down the start, finish straight, and that's
safety car.
A safety car. Does the safety car come out, or is it a VSC?
VSC.
Alex Trainmaker and Greven battling as Rui has made a mistake, and it's actually Greven who is now up into third position.
Yep, and Schrainmaker's going to look to capitalise on this as well. The intermediate serving him well. Miron's in the pit lane, and maybe I was right about it getting more wet. It does look like intermediate conditions. Ergo Dog and Miron in the pit lane. We are going to get a wet few laps. Oh, he is chucking it down now. If people are going in the pit lane, Greenwood staying out. This is extremely risky. It is definitely intermediate conditions now, I can tell. Inter still seem to be quite fast. We've got a yellow flag.
Lap by lap. No, I think No having a big moment out of the Zhongkao corner.
Was that him?
So massive. No is now behind his teammate DRS Martin and in 9th position, and going to be losing a 9th position as well to Jakob to add insult to injury.
He's done it again.
He goes flying off, and if he goes any further down there, he'll be reset to track automatically by the game. So he doesn't want to go for down there. He cannot get the facing the right way. His tyres are overheating, or far too cold rather, and he cannot get this going. But he does opt to stay out.
And Grieven and Captain 4G still going at it on the main straight as well. Oh, and Captain 4G slides into the wall. He has a massive incident there, and he's toppling down a position. Possible front wing damage for the Alpine. I can't quite see any cosmetic damage to the front wing there, but there could be some that we just can't see. And Jakob can get past the Alpine here, and I think both are on slick tyres. Chappers gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as Miron, he goes for a gap, and Schrainmaker getting forced onto the track a little bit there. I can see him exceeding the track limits, and Miron takes the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix with 5 laps to go. He is on the fresher Inters. He has got the faster pace. The Mercedes could win this race.
I don't think anyone will have the lap time. No, goes off. He goes off at the Curva del Sol, and he's crashed out. And his chances of winning this championship are falling further and further away. And No has just gone off there and into P11. It's Mirenpool who takes the Brazilian Grand Prix. Round 15 is his.